I think that the way that I felt about debt before I started my journey with National Debt Relief was really that there was some sort of irresponsibility that came into play. I didn't really have any sort of idea that this could be something that involves a hardship that is outside of people's control, and they're using their credit cards just to survive. The biggest thing that was really the impetus for me needing help and to go through a program like this was, March 2020, when the pandemic started. I did not have enough money to make the minimum payments to my creditors. And realizing not only did I not have enough money to make the minimum payments to the creditors, but the minimum payments to the creditors were very high. It gets to a point where even if I am able to get back to work at full time, I might not be able to afford the minimum payments, and even if I am, I'm not making any headway on the debt itself. My day-to-day life was absolutely affected by carrying this much debt over from month to month. You hyper-focus and hyper-analyze every purchase that you make. That's not necessarily healthy. I considered many options before National Debt Relief. The one that I went through was a credit card balance transfer. Because my credit utilization was so high at the time, the transfer only took a very small portion of my debt. I also attempted to look into getting a consolidation loan. I did not qualify for a consolidation loan for the same reasons. I recognized finally that I was in this endless downward spiral. I was not going to be able to get out of it on my own, so I needed help. I found out about National Debt Relief with a simple Google search. They were the #1 result there on Google. I began doing a little bit more research into the company and the process. I saw they were very highly rated and decided to give them a call. When I first started going through the debt relief program, I definitely had feelings of guilt and shame, which I think is pretty common. After going through the process a little bit, I spoke with an agent with the company at one point who mentioned to me that it's very likely that you've actually paid more money in interest to these companies than you ever borrowed. And once I had that realization, it sort of flipped a switch in my brain where I learned that finances are not about necessarily the dollars and cents. It's about getting to a point where you can use the funds that you have for your own purposes. My perspective on debt definitely changed when I first started working with National Debt Relief. I really got the sense that they were on my side, that we were a partnership working to get the situation handled together. National Debt Relief absolutely changed the way that I deal with money, not only in my day-to-day life, but also mentally. I now understand the importance of budgeting. I think that it's very important to do the work, make the spreadsheet, see where all of your funds are going, and doing that in itself is its own exercise in power over your own finances. I think that my life has definitely changed for the better. Of course, you have that giant weight that's off your shoulders. I had tens of thousands of dollars of debt following me around for over a decade. To not have that monkey on your back, so to speak, anymore is priceless. I, of course, started to work for National Debt Relief because I had such a good experience in the program. It really helped me be able to start to build the life that I want to lead. Now I work with the company. I get to speak with folks every day who are in my exact situation. I'm able to have that empathy with them to not only be a success story, but now that I'm on the inside, help provide that guidance and sometimes that shoulder to cry on too. I would definitely advise folks who are looking into a process like this, if this is a good program for you, to make the switch. Better to start sooner rather than later.